Good morning. So it's about 7:05 and that's far too early for someone to be out and about this time of year, but I've made the decision to get up. The early bird catches the worm. We're off to Mam Tor. Let's go and see a sunrise. So I've managed to get parked and the sun is well on its way up, so I'm hot-footing my way up the ridge as quick as I can because I don't want to miss this. Don't know if you can see, there's a beautiful inversion down there which will burn away quite quickly, so I'm going to get up there as quick as I possibly can. It looks quite busy at the top, which I'm not surprised on a morning like this. There are lots of people wanting to enjoy this, so I hope you do as well. So here we are at the top of Mam Tor. Quite a still morning, but it's probably here as well. It's quite busy up here. I'm trying to find a bit of a secluded spot to watch the sun come up. So I left the car in quite a rush earlier, so I've stupidly left a couple of bits in there. So I'll have to head back down the hill once the sun's come up and basically start the walk again, but for the sake of half a mile it's well worth getting the bits and pieces I need. Look at it down there, look. That's worth getting up for. So the sun is up. We've been treated to a very special sunrise this morning. Look at that, beautiful. So, enough sun gazing I think for now. I'm off back to the car to pick up bits and pieces. Then we'll carry on the walk up Mam Tor along the Great Ridge. So I've been back to the car and grabbed the things I'd forgotten, like these sunglasses, which are quite important for a sunrise walk really. So we'll start the walk anew. So we're going to do Mam Tor, get the trig point crossed off, carry on along the Great Ridge, drop into Castleton and back up via Winnett's Pass to back to the car. It's a lovely walk, one of my favourites actually, so I know we're in for a treat on this one. Mam Tor ticked off. So I thought I'd just take a minute, tell you a little bit about Mam Tor as we walk away from the summit along the Great Edge and we're heading towards Hollins Cross. So Mam Tor is right on the border of the White Peak and the Dark Peak in the Peak District, and is one of the most recognisable and famous peaks in this area. It's also a very popular place. It was voted, I think it was in the top 10 of a public poll a few years ago, which ranked the Great Walks of Great Britain. I think most of the top 10 were the Lake District, but this is definitely the highest rated of the Peak District. It's easy to see why in a morning like this, isn't it? It holds a very special place for me. Morning. So obviously with it being as popular as it is, it gets quite busy as well up here. So Mam Tor, I say it's a distinctive looking hill, especially if you're looking up from Castleton. It's got a large sort of landslide frontage and it's caused lots of little hillocks in the valley. It's still settling many years after it was formed. Mam Tor literally translates as Mother Hill, as the landslide front has birthed all these small little tors in the valley. So there's evidence of a hill fort as well up here, which goes back over 3,000 years. So that takes us to, I think it was 1200 BC I've read. Evidence of a fortified hill fort, which suggests that it was a very popular and wealthy area up here. Otherwise, you know, why bother with the fortification? There's also been a few burial mounds found round and about in the area, so again, chances are, way back when, this was quite an important place to be. But I'm carrying on now, as I say, towards Hollins Cross, along the Great Ridge, and frankly enjoying these stunning views on either side of me. What a treat. So behind me you can see the tumulus, the top of Loose Hill, sometimes known as Ward's Place. So this stands about 476 metres above sea level, I think, whereas Mam Tor, when we were on earlier, is 517. So we've walked along the Great Ridge. It's about 2 miles between top of Mam Tor and here. So we're going to head down Loose Hill towards Hope, and then make our way back along the valley towards Castleton, and we'll see what we can see along the way. See you in a bit, guys. So we're well on our way down Loose Hill now. We're almost we're on paved road for a start, so we're almost at Townhead Bridge, and then once there we shall head down into Hope, and then we shall head along the main road towards Castleton. I'll show you some more things when we get there. So up there we can see Peveril Castle, which was built 1172 by Henry II, I believe. The earliest Norman forts, certainly in this area of the country. And nestled in the valley is the very aptly named Castleton, which we're walking through now. It's become a bit of a haven for walkers and general outdoorsy people over the years. It's easy to see why, with all the hills surrounding, so here in the heart of Peak District. So we carry on making our way through the town, sampling some of the local baked goods as well while we're here. And we've now got to find our way to the footpath. It'll take us back up towards the top of Mam Tor, below Winnet's Pass. It's a bit cooler in the valley than it was on the tops. We're below the cloud now, so the sun's not managed to peek its way through. But we just keep on moving, keeps us nice and toasty. We'll catch you in a minute. So we've made our way out of Castleton, now on the footpath. Done about 6.5 miles so far. It's taken over 3 hours, which is longer than it would normally take me to do this, but I think there's a fair reason for spending all that time at the top with that sunrise earlier. So we're making our way towards the ascent of Mam Tor. We're taking the route that's going to take us past 3 caverns. So I think we go past Treat Cliff Cavern, Speedwell Cavern and Blue John Cavern, not necessarily in that order. All 3 of those are open to the public for anyone who wants to go and have a good look around. There's boat trips or something that's under there, I don't really know. But it's still cold, still see frost on the ground here. But I'm nice and toasty, I've got all the right gear, so I'm very happy. Thought I'd take this option as well, show you where we've been earlier. So over there, behind that ascent, is Mam Tor, Hollins Cross, over towards Loose Hill, and then we went down earlier into Hope, while carrying on towards Castleton. So yeah, we're towards the beginning of the end on this, but still a good climb ahead of us, so just brace myself for this one. It's always a good one. And so there we have the very recognisable face of Mam Tor, which means that we're almost at the end of the walk. That last stretch was very, very muddy. It's always a good walk when you know you're coming down with muddy boots. So I hope you've enjoyed this walk as much as I have. This really is one of my favourite walks that I've ever done, and I keep coming back to it time and time again. For me, so many happy places along this way. So if you have liked it, I'm going to ask you very politely, please, please, please hit that like button, and a subscription to the channel would also be very much appreciated. So any comments, suggestions, questions, anything like that will be very, very well received. And I'd also like to know where your guys' favourite walks are as well. You never know, I might just get inspired and do a few of them. But until next time, guys, happy walking.